Hey friends, how are you? I am back in my kitchen and I am just going to be making several videos this week, it looks like, and I'm loving it because I'm getting my creative juices going and trying to do things that I've been wanting to do. And it's all because I decided to participate in the Three Rivers Challenge, which is the pantry challenge. And I'm sure there's hundreds of videos going around. So many people are participating, and I love to be able to just go watch and see what other people are doing and making. Not only is it an opportunity to use the things in your home before they go bad, but it's also an opportunity to go through your freezers and see what it is that is in there that needs to be used and to make room for new stuff come spring and preservation season. So what I am doing today, I have washed and sanitized all my glasses, jars. I know there's new rules that people say you don't have to do it, but I still do, and I soak my lids. I still do all of that and follow the directions, except for one part in this. But today we are going to be canning some soup in here, so that way if I'm not around, or if I want lunch, or my husband wants lunch, or whatever the case is, you can just grab this and dump it into a pot and heat it up, which will be better for you than any other way. So, my name is Tina, and this is Life in the Piedmont, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. So let's get started, and I'll show you what we're going to do. So for this recipe, we are going to be canning a vegetable beef stew. And for that, you're going to need some beef chunks like this. I got these at a local farm here. I have already washed and diced up my carrots. I already have washed my celery and chopped up, and my onions, and these potatoes I got, and I was so pleased that I was able to figure out what I was going to do with them. So because they were starting to get a little soft, and I'm like, this is the perfect thing. So I am going to, if you hear that noise in the background, it happens to be my water heating up. So in each one of these jars, we are going to place some of the beef. Just like so, keeping it real, keeping it easy, keeping it simple. I've been wanting to do this for probably, to be honest, since summertime. And this is just a perfect way. I don't know, I'm just putting them in maybe like a quarter filled up. That's a lot of beef in there because the pieces are big. And then I'm going to come in here and put the onions in. I'm doing about a handful of onions. There's a lot of juice in there still. And we're going to do the same thing with our celery. We're going to come in and do a handful of celery in each jar. And I know I probably have too much here that is not going to fit into all these pint jars, so I do have quart jars, and if I have to, I will go and get some of those and wash them and use them here. And then we're going to put our potatoes in. It's really easy, isn't it, friends? Look at that. And you're going to want to leave an inch head space. You can push it down, but don't push it down too tight because you want to be able to get the air bubbles out. Just layering it up. I could have probably put some more meat in some of these, but see? And I wanted to put, it's a reminder that I wanted to put my seasonings in prior to filling the jars up. It doesn't matter, it's just a preference. This is about a half a teaspoon. I'm gonna do half of that, so maybe like a quarter or so because of the jars. If I was doing a quart, then I would definitely put in a full teaspoon. So, and this is Redmond's Real Salt. All right, look at that. First 4 jars are already done. Oh, no, they're not. I forgot to put the carrots in. We got to put those in. And my carrots needed to be used too. I still have another bag of carrots in my refrigerator. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. So I'll show you what this looks like as soon as I get all the produce in here and vegetables that I want. Nice hearty vegetable beef stew. I'm gonna get my water. And this is boiling water, and we're gonna pour it right on top, leaving a 1-inch headspace, which is the bottom lip. Perfect. And then I'm gonna come in, you always need something to debubble. And this is a chopstick. If you don't have a chopstick, you can use a plastic silverware or something, but you do need to debubble it. You should see all the bubbles that come up when I do this too. So once all that is done, I'm gonna make sure I can add a little bit more water to this one, and then I'll come back in and debubble it again. Just a splash, not too much more water. Yeah, and we're good. We are good. And then I always have a paper towel, and this is a very important step. You always want to make sure that you have a damp paper towel, hot water or with vinegar, and you want to wipe around the rims. This way you get any of the food that may have fallen, like for instance right there. You can see that. I want to wipe that off. Anything that could possibly prevent your lids from sealing. It's also an opportunity to make sure there's no like nicks in the jars. I've done that before, and there's been nicks, and I didn't notice until I started doing that. Now we're gonna start getting our lids. And friends, these are my favorite lids. Yep, you've heard it before. I don't have a code or anything, but they are 4-jar lids. I absolutely love these. The seal rate on these are awesome. I'm actually gonna be ordering more for just the regular mouth. I did order wide mouth the last time because I use a lot of wide mouth versus regular, but today, it's like today I have regular, and I really want to, I wish I would have had some of those lids, so, but I'm trying to use up what I have instead of buying new stuff. And then we're gonna put it on just finger tight. And when I say finger tight, I just mean I'm gonna just put it on and then just tighten it just with my hand. I'm not gonna do it really hard or anything like that. All right, so there's 4 down. The recipe says this should get me 14 pints. I don't know, we're gonna find out about that, but I do have 4 down. And I also wanted to make mention too that because these are low acid foods, they do need to be pressure canned. And I have my pressure can hooked up behind me. I am going to use my electric pressure canner. I'm waiting for a piece to come for my other pressure canner for the stovetop. It's a piece that goes between the valve and that holds it, the washer and the bolt. I don't know where it went, but it disappeared. So I'm waiting for that. And so while I continue to fill these jars up, I will show you the finished product when everything is done. I also want to let you know, you can put whatever you want in here in vegetable wise. I just picked this out because that's, you know, it's just what it is. I am going to pressure can these for 75 minutes in my pressure canner. Now, if I was doing quarts, I believe, I'll have to go look again, but I'm not mistaken, that would be 90 minutes. So yeah, so just you have to do what works best for you and your family and what you guys like. You can, it's really easy, and it's an easy grab and go meal, especially if you're working and you want some hot soup. So I'm gonna continue filling up, friends. We'll be back.